Ladies and gentlemen, it is with deepest pride and greatest pleasure that the Disney Cabaret welcomes you tonight. So relax, pull up a chair, as the cast and crew proudly presents our videos.
Hey, and welcome to the first video episode of the Disney Cabaret News. I'm your host Jen, and let's get into this week's news. First up, in movie news, we have got a brand new trailer for Coco, which is out November 22nd of the US, and probably a little bit later in the rest of the world. And let me tell you, this movie looks good. The artwork is really pretty, I think. The colours of the Day of the Dead festival are like really bright and going to make good animation anyway. The story looks really interesting, and we seem to have another one of Pixar's now well-loved Cloud Cuckoo characters. Miguel's dog looks a bit crazy, very much in the Gerald and Becky scheme of characters that we saw in Finding Dory, and they seem to be a bit of a staple for Pixar movies at the moment. So it'll be fun to see what kind of mischief he gets up into in the movie. Talking of Coco, we've been told that the short that we'll preview before Coco will be a new Frozen short. Olaf's Frozen Adventure, which is Christmassy and fun and cute and just looks very good. I saw a very interesting point on Twitter that someone thinks this is the way that Frozen should go, these shorts, and I have to say I agree. The Frozen Summer of Fun short and this short both look like very good stories that keep up the characters we love, because there's no denying that in Frozen Disney created a group of some really fun characters. I'm just not too sure if a whole new movie is the way to go. Personally, I'm not sure if a whole length movie, there's enough plot to go with that, but these shorts seem to go down very well. And can we just talk about Elsa's dress for a second? Girl looks good. And from Frozen movie news to Frozen park news, the Frozen Ever After dessert party will be replacing the Illuminations dessert party at Epcot. But much like the Illuminations dessert party, you will also get special viewing for Illuminations. You get all the desserts as well as some savoury snacks and specialty drinks. And after the park is closed and everyone else is left, you will get a ride on Frozen Ever After without any wait queues, without having to use a fast pass on it. But of course, like all the dessert parties, it comes with a price tag. I don't know if it's rather hefty or not, it depends how much you want to spend on this kind of stuff, and it's $79 for adults and $49 for children, and that's aged 3 to 9. So it depends how much you rank these dessert parties on your must-dos for Disney, but you get more than you usually get because you've got your ride as well as your nighttime spectacular viewing. In other Walt Disney World news, the Pop Century Resort has had a bit of a remodel in some of its rooms. Disney are putting a lot of attention into these value resorts at the moment, and they are very well loved resorts, as I've kind of experienced on Twitter, and I don't know, this is a good direction for them to go in, so that there's definitely the scope of choice, not just, oh, if you don't have much money to spend, then you've got to stay at a value. You can decide, and they're all very decent resorts at the moment, which helps that choice a little bit. From park news in the US over to park news a little closer to where I am across the channel in Paris. The Walt Disney Company now own 97.08% of Disneyland Paris, which is a lot more than they had done previously, which should be a good sign. It will mean they have a lot more freedom over what they get to do in that park. I recently spoke about on the Disney Cabaret, a while ago I spoke about a Marvel expansion to the Walt Disney Studios park, and that might mean that we get more fun expansions like that in the Disneyland Paris resort, because we all know it needs a little extra love and care, but it's just as magical as its brothers and sisters around the world. So that's this week's news. Let me know in the comments down below what thoughts you have. Give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it, and I will be on social media finding out more news for next week. I'll see you guys soon. Bye!